US President Donald Trump insists that his country has been holding talks with Iran. Tehran has denied that any talks have taken place. However, two of its closest partners, Russia and China, seem to be urging Iran to try and work out a settlement and bring to an end the war. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi has spoken to his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi. The call was reportedly held at Iran's request. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has revealed the details of the call. It says that Wang Yi told Araghchi that talking is always better than fighting. He urged Iran to seize the opportunity and begin the peace talk process as soon as possible. China also has a special envoy to West Asia, and he had announced that Beijing was willing to help bring down tensions and restart dialogue.
The Chinese people value the paramount importance of peace, and the foundation of China's policy on the Middle East is to promote reconciliation and peace. As a responsible major country and a sincere friend of regional countries, China will maintain close communication and coordination with the parties, help bring down tension, pave the way for a ceasefire, build bridges for restarting dialogue. As long as the conflict continues, we will not rest our diplomatic mediation efforts.
Russia has also urged Iran to opt for political and diplomatic settlement of the war. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has had a call with Araghchi as well. Their call took place after Trump announced that the US and Iran were already in talks. Russia's foreign ministry also gave a readout of the conversation. It said that Lavrov urged Araghchi to discuss the immediate cessation of hostilities. He also urged Araghchi to negotiate a deal that would focus on securing Iran's legitimate interests. So both Russia and China have urged Iran to consider peace talks and focus on ending the fighting. Russia has also suggested that Iran should negotiate a deal that will address all of its concerns. Will Tehran choose to listen to its friends and engage with Washington directly? Let me ask that question to our guest today. Chris Doyle is the Director of Council for Arab-British Understanding and the current lead spokesperson for the Council. He's now joining us live from London. Mr. Doyle, it's good to see you. Do you actually think that Tehran will choose to listen to its friends, that is Russia and China, and engage with Washington directly?
Iran, I think, will always listen to both Russia and China. They're major allies and has a partnership with them. But I think right now, in what the Iranian leadership will see as an existential war with Israel and the United States, it's far more likely to listen to what it believes in its own self-interest. Is that talks with the United States? Well, I think there are divergent views within the Iranian leadership. There are some a more hardliner element who believe that they should continue the fight because they are imposing such a punitive cost on the Western states, on the United States, that this will ensure that this never happens again, and that they want to, when they get into talks, make sure that they do so from a position of strength. But there's others, and I think this is where Russia and China really come in, who would argue, 1 second, you are being bombed extremely heavily by the US and Israel. You're losing a lot of your infrastructure, you're losing a lot of your weaponry or missiles. It's no real way of winning here. If the United States is serious about talks, then you should take up that proposal. Of course, it's all very confusing because President Trump has sort of said that he is in conversations with a top man in Iran. There's a lot of speculation as to who that is, but we don't know who. I don't think there's any evidence that these talks are actually going ahead. What we have heard is that various countries, Pakistan, Turkey, Egypt, have all said that they are attempting to carry out mediation. And I think this is where we are at the moment, that much of the international community is trying to use this narrow window of 5 days to get these parties around the table, to get into a situation where maybe, just maybe, they can actually come to some form of ceasefire, even a deal.
Mr. Doyle, what do you read from the tone by President Donald Trump? I just want to understand your aspect, your perspective when it comes to he calling for talks and he also saying that we will wind down if at all Iran agrees to a deal.
Well, President Trump has escalated, he's de-escalated, he said one thing and meant another. So it's extremely difficult to divine exactly what is his intent. I think that it is fair to say that he was very concerned with where the markets were, the global economy. I think he realized that his threat to hit within 48 hours, he made this threat on Sunday, Iranian power stations had really spooked the markets. And by at least delaying it until Friday, when the markets happen to close, he's giving a window for things to calm down and maybe the opportunities. Now, you can, anybody can guess. Is he serious about having these conversations and talks to have a deal, or is he just buying himself some time? I think that's almost impossible to tell. I hope it is the option of talks, because right now everybody is losing in this. There is no winner whatsoever. And that is across the globe, because we're all going to be paying for it with higher fuel bills, inflation, cost of living. This is going to hit us all.
Mr. Chris Doyle, it's good to see you. We'll have to end this conversation here. Thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you so much.